there, my Sagittarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Welcome to your Path of True Love reading for January 2020. Happy New Year. I'm actually doing this on January 9th, day before the full moon. I've got my sage burning in back. I got a busy day today. Considering the full moon is like 2-something a.m. tomorrow morning, Friday morning. Getting a lot of my stuff done today, actually streaming tonight in my my Facebook group, Mark Angelo Lyons Mel for short. Facebook group, I live stream there semi-regularly, right? Full moon, Sabbath, stuff like that. So if you're interested, check the description box below. There's a link for that Facebook group. It's a closed group. No one knows you're in it. And if you are new to my channel, I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons Mel for short, hence the name of the Facebook group. Professional witch, professional intuitive, and president of Joining the Circle Productions. Very happy to be here today. The moon is in Cancer already, so I'm feeling my Pisces moon getting a little tweaked by that. Otherwise, I am a Virgo sun, very well trained. Been doing this since I am 12 years old. I'm 51 if you're new, jinkies, right? So I'm glad to have a whole new lease in my career on YouTube. Very, very fun, getting clients left, right, and center. Really good deal. A couple of things before we dive in. If you are really new to my channel, please do like and subscribe. I'm making my way to 1,000 subscribers so I can do super live chat, right? So I'll be able to make a little coin on the side, which is just fun to do. And I made my subscribers a promise that once I get there, because it's not an if, it's a when I get there, that I will do a little ditty called Drunk Tarot once a month for the first couple of months or so. There's a video that I did explaining what Drunk Tarot is. Please do check it in the description box below because it is my favorite video of 2019. It is. It's a favorite of mine. I just love that video. It cracks me up every time. So that being said, let's talk a little bit about this reading before we do it. It's actually in the description box that the Path of True Love reading is about you. Yes, it's about your relationships. It's about the hero's journey that you're on in your relationships, right? Your healing path, your spiritual path, your path of ascension, your path of evolution, whatever you want to call it, but through your relationships. And even really a relationship to yourself. All relationships are about your relationship to yourself, ultimately not in a narcissistic way, but in a spiritual way, right? That we're all one. So your relationship to your higher self, your relationship to your inner child, your relationship to your body, right? All of these things are stepping stones on the path of true love. And that's why this particular reading, we want to call it a spread, we're only picking cards from what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 decks, one card each. So it's just 7 cards to help give you voices of the divine, pieces of clarity, higher perspective, different ways of looking at where you are for a particular month. Although this is also a timeless reading, so whenever you watch it, take the info, right? And to keep in mind that this is a general read. That's why I'm doing Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. So even if you get like, I don't know, 25% accuracy in one reading, you should be able to find other pieces, right, in the other ones. Although for some people, you can see in the comments every now and again, I like nail certain people every time. And that's just how it works in the collective, considering I haven't met these people, right? So, so there you have it. Cool, cool. Please do remember to breathe. Not just stop breathing, but I mean, you're going to breathe anyway, but to do it deliberately, consciously. It's the most ancient and cheapest form of meditation we have. Bringing you into the present moment, calming you down, giving you something to do in between sips of coffee. Yeah, I made a full pot. I'm going to need it today to get 3 recordings done, then do a 4th one tonight, live stream, and do full moon stuff, and I've got a phone meeting today. It was a busy Thursday. So breathe. We're both tuning into the same prana, chi, guidance, and grace when we're breathing with the same intention, right? It's like tuning to the same radio station. I'm just bringing it through this way, and you'll be bringing it through, receiving it intuitively through the breath, right? Aligning yourself with the frequency. So you'll be able to tell what is yours and what isn't intuitively by how it feels in the body, right? So just remember to breathe. And if you get triggered, just pay attention. It's just a message. It doesn't mean it's written in stone. It's like a good warning, right? So nice deep breath. Let's get to work, my Saggies. I love you so much. Just talking to my Sagittarian CPA today on chat, so God bless the Sagittarians. Here we go. Breathe for the gods. Oh, we're going to start with the angels. All the decks that I'm reading are in the description box at the bottom. Enjoy my description box as I am a little meticulous with it. A typo here and there by accident because spell check doesn't always catch it right away. So let's start with the angels. My angels, please, using the Healing with the Angels Oracle Doreen Virtue, please, one card in clarity. For the Sagittarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, where are they on the path of true love? Please, your celestial point of view, right? Your broad stroke, your simple but clarifying voice, my angels, please. For the Sagittarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, where are they on the path of true love, January 2020? Though timeless. What do the angels say? Ooh, well, you got the support. Now, support in this card, because it's like all of these celestial beings, like angels and gods and masters, standing around planet Earth is actually a rather famous picture at this point. This has been used in so many different places. It's nice to know where it originated, I believe, was here. To know that, yes, though you also have the support of spirit and the angels and the celestials and your guides and your spirit team, that we're also talking about support on the path of true love physically as well. That it's safe to feel what you're feeling, right? Whatever it is that you are feeling, it is safe. And the truth of the matter is, with very few rare exceptions, we're always safe to be feeling what we're feeling. We are the quantum field experiencing itself as separate individuals, but we're not always feeling separate individual emotions. In fact, emotions being wavelengths of energy, nothing is separate, right? It's all part of the continuum. So to know that usually when you're feeling something, it's safe to feel it. Now, you may be in public. There have been plenty of times where I've felt something bubble up that was maybe a little painful, sad, grief, whatever. And I'd be like, okay, we're driving right now. We'll get there. We'll get there when we get home. And it's like talking to the inner child. It's okay. It's okay. We'll get there, honey. But for right now, just breathe, right? Like talking to a 5-year-old in your heart. You have the support right now in particular to deal with, to feel, to look at, to think about wherever you are on the path of true love. Support both physically and spiritually. Feeling that big time. So what we're going to do now is we're going to ask the Daughters of the Moon for the voices of the goddess, right? Half of the energy of the universe, the divine feminine energy, right? The divine yin of all that is. I just call it the voices of the goddess, or the voice of the goddess. Nice deep breath. Usually gives us a little more interior yin, feminine energy, intuitive perspective. My goddesses, please, one card in clarity for the Sagittarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Where are they on the path of true love? Considering the angels are talking about support, my goddesses, please, Divine Mother, Divine Maiden, Divine Crone. What do you got for the Saggies? Well, the storm. I was telling you there's something emotional going on there, 5 of Cups, right? And that's why they're saying it's safe to feel what you're feeling if you are feeling at storm. Now, I suppose there is a positive storm, right? You know, like when it hasn't rained in weeks and you get that rainstorm and it just nourishes and hydrates everything. I suppose there could be a celebratory storm, like a happy storm. But usually when we see the 5 of Cups, we're thinking a change, right? 5s are the numbers of change, hence it's the number of the pentacle, right? Fire, earth, air, water, spirit, the magical combo of the 5 magical elements. So to keep in mind, whatever change you are going through emotionally, it could be a mood change, right? Like we talk about mood swings. I am doing this the day before full moon. So, you know, if you are tuning yourself to the cycles of the moon, which I've been doing, oh my God, since I'm a teenager, since I learned about witchcraft, earth power, and Scott Cunningham and all that, I expect to be a little moody moon in Cancer. Because I'm a Pisces moon too. Know your signs, right? Know your astrological makeup so that you can work it to your best angle as best as you can. Angles being, you know, aspects in the chart. But to breathe through it. That's why they're saying you have the support through the storm. Whatever's going on for you emotionally, have the good cry. But I really highly recommend doing inner child work. It's not what it used to be. Like, I started doing inner child work back in the 80s, studying John Bradshaw, right? Homecoming. Mostly the psychological approach, but over the years, it became more of a spiritual practice. And now, through the work of Matt Kahn, thank you so much, Matt Kahn, understanding that the inner child actually holds the keys to the higher self. It is the seeds of the higher self. So, holographic. So it's like how the higher self loves you as a soul incarnate in a body, because technically it's the higher self, the soul, the personality, and then the patterns of the ego orbit it like planets. The way that the higher self loves the soul can love the personality, the inner child, right, and so forth. It's all holographic. So to love yourself through the storm, just to love what rises. In fact, tonight what we're doing, and we're going to be doing these more and more, it's called the inner child chat. It's not so much an inner child meditation, it's just I chat with the inner child, and everybody else is either repeating back what I'm saying or just taking that time and space to do that. It's incredibly healing, because love is the healer, and you're not trying to heal the emotions, you're loving the emotions without having them possess you and acting on them, no matter how turbulent they are. And the love does the healing. It's instead of like, let's heal this emotion, it's like, no, let's love this child within me. The approach, so much more gentle, and you get so much more done in the gentle approach. Usually not the Sagittarian hunt it down and shoot it modality, but you get what I'm saying. There's only so much Reiki you can throw in a day, right? Reiki arrows. I doubt that exists, but nothing would from New York. Anything's possible. Nice deep breath. We're going to ask the gods. Through the Mythic Tarot, Juliet Sherman Burke. Love this deck so much. Read this for a really long time in my career. For the Divine Masculine, for the energy, the voice of the gods for you, my Sag. Zeus for me sits in the throne, solo in the throne of Sagittarius. Let's see if Zeus shows up in this. Nice deep breath. Wearing his totem. Oh my gods, please. One card, aim clarity for the Sagittarian collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Where are they on the path of true love for January 2020, considering the angels are saying support, the goddesses are saying Five of Cups, the storm, and all storms pass. There are always clean skies and hydrated, crops after the storm passes. So please, my gods, what say you? Where are they on the path of true love, January 2020, or timeless? The Lovers. Okay, not bad for a Path of True Love spread, but Major Arcana card, the Lovers, talks about a major life decision, right? Now, I love talking about this card because it's the judgment of Paris, not the city, the guy. That's what started the Trojan War. You see, Harmonia and Cadmus. Harmonia, daughter of Aphrodite and Ares, married a mortal king, Cadmus, in Thebes, I believe. The names of city-states, tricky to remember sometimes, some days. But they did not invite to the wedding Eris, the goddess of discord. Why would you invite discord to a wedding? Well, Eris found out, got pissed, took one of the golden apples of immortality, wrote to the most beautiful goddess on it, and hucked it into the wedding party. Well, 3 goddesses jumped for it. Athena, Hera, and Aphrodite. 2 sisters and their stepmother, right? Stepmother, yeah. So, who gets that apple, right? And they're like, Zeus, choose, you decide. And he's like, so Zeus is involved in this story, right? He says, bring me the fairest man on planet Earth, Paris. Hera comes to him later and says, Paris, if you give me that apple, screw those 2. I will give you all the power that you can want in this world. You'll rule every kingdom. You'll rule like a god on earth. He said, oh, yes, my queen, let me think about it, please don't kill me. Right? Second one, Athena shows up. She says, what did she offer you? Rulership? I'll give you wisdom. You'll know the answer to every question. You can go wherever you want. Every door will be open to you. You will know everything, all the secrets. Athena, goddess of wisdom, goes, oh, gray-eyed one, please don't slay me. I understand. Thank you so much. I just need to think about this. Please, 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 because, I'm going to be pissing off 2 goddesses no matter what I do. She goes, very, very wise, disappears. Aphrodite shows up, says, screw those 2. You give me that apple, I'll give you the most beautiful woman on earth as your true love. Well, he picks Aphrodite, gives her the apple, and she gives him Helena Troy, hence the beginning of the Trojan War. So, life-changing decision. Now, he does try and do it wisely, but essentially we have to find the decisions that are simultaneously powerful, Hera, wise, Athena, and loving, Aphrodite. It's not about choosing the 3 of them. It's about bringing the wisdom, the love, and the willpower, the choice into alignment, into congruence. So if you are in an emotional storm, know that you're being supported, but also usually not the best time to make a life-changing decision. If you can put it on pause, put it on pause. But this is for a month, so remember, storms pass. right? And certainly you can make a decision, a storm comes, the storm passes, the sky's clear, and you realize you want to make a different decision. Guess what? You're allowed to do that, right? You're allowed to, as the Course in Miracles says, decide yet again. Just saying. You can always decide again. People may not like it, but you're the only one that has to be okay with your decisions and your choices at the end of the day, right? Other people may love you for it, other people may hate you for it, but none of it has anything to do with you. Let's ask the Ascended Masters. We're going to double dip with them, this deck and the last deck, right? The Ascended Masters, if you're unfamiliar, are not as woo-woo as I thought they were growing up. I mean, I've always known about them, I guess. You know, we think of them as the saints, right? But they always seemed very Judeo-Christian to me. But I was pretty much shown that the majority of the Ascended Masters, those who graduated Earth School and reached back through the dimensional paradigms to help, well, the majority of them are pagans, because there was mostly paganism on the planet for a very long time. I was like, ooh, they're lovely. And they have the best sense of humor. They know what a Slurpee is, for example. They know what taxes are. They understand. So we're going to use the Chuck Spezzano Love Pack for them, the full deck. It has 4 suits. The problem suit, because you need to know, what's the irritant, what's the grain of sand in the belly of the oyster that makes the pearl. But also the healing suit, the grace suit, and the luck suit. So let's see what we get for you, my Saggies. Nice deep breath. Oh, Ascended Masters, please, 1 card in clarity. Our 4th card down for this Sagittarius collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. What do they need on the path of true love for January 2020? This feels good. This feels good. The angels are saying support. The goddesses, 5 of Cups, the storm, which, like we said, can be neutral, positive or negative. And, of course, the gods are talking about the lover's life-changing decision, probably about love. It's path of true love thing. So please, my masters, please clarify 1 card for this Sagittarius collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, January 2020, path of true love. Withdrawal. Now, this is a problem card, but sometimes these cards can say it's through withdrawal, for example, pulling back to make the decision. Like, yeah, I mean, I've danced in the rain. Literally, I've danced. I'm not being poetic. I've run in the rain. We've all been caught in the rain. But there's something about dancing in the rain, right? It's a very ancient, ecstatic practice. To withdraw, right, is to pull back. It's to say, let me not dive into this right now. Let me pull back. I have this decision to make. Let me withdraw until the storm passes, right? Because I do have the support, not just physically, but in spirit, to deal with this life changer decision here. But if the withdrawal really is cutting yourself off from other people out of fear, right, out of fear of criticism, out of fear of hurting feelings, out of fear of just withdrawal in terms of dealing with things, then it's understandable for a period of emotional upset, emotional change. Really hard to live there. And if that's part of the decision, it can also be, do I stay? My gods, you have to let me know. Should I stay or should I go? It could be a clash. Some of you are groaning. I can hear it through the airwaves. Just keep in mind that withdrawal thing, particularly the people at the top of the hill reaching down to the guy at the bottom of the hill saying, come on, we love you, let's go have fun. And he's like, womp womp, don't wanna. Which is a little snuffle up, I guess, but we all get there. Sometimes you just don't want to party. Carambo, fiesta, for never, right? Let's ask the higher selves of all involved through the Whispers of Love Oracle. Such a great deck, very helpful too. Breathe. All right, the higher selves of all involved. 1 card in clarity for this Sagittarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. What do they need on the path of true love for January 2020, though timeless? The angels are talking support, and I feel that support. It's like, it's safe to feel whatever you're feeling. The goddesses talking about the 5 of Cups, which makes sense for the goddesses, considering they are the divine feminine, the element of water and the element of earth, all that physiology and emotion going on. The gods are talking about a life-changing decision, trying to balance the upper chakras of thought, emotion, and choice. and the masters are saying withdrawal, but that might be a necessary withdrawal, almost like a hermit card on a lesser scale, to just pull back while the emotions pass through you. Sometimes the wisest thing to do, so you're not making decisions from a tumultuous place. So the higher souls of all involved, please, what say you for this Sag collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus side, January 2020, timeless? Forgiveness. Forgiveness. Nothing can be gained by holding on to past disappointments. Now look, if forgiveness was easy, this world would be in a radically different shape than it is now, and most likely a better, healthier one. There is no healing without forgiveness. There is no happiness without forgiveness. Ask the Course in Miracles. Those are, I think, pretty much verbatim lines. I know there is no healing without forgiveness. I'm pretty sure it's from the Course. I did the Course in Miracles, 365 exercises, obviously one a day for a year. It took me a year and a month to do it. Changed me forever. Granted, channeled through in 1970 something. There's been a lot of progression since then in terms of evolution of consciousness, but it is pure non-dualism, meaning that, oh, we are one. We are one. But it's been misinterpreted and turned, the ego can use anything, and it even says that in the Course, that the ego can use any piece of information for its ends, which is to separate, conquer, divide, and incite fear within us. But ultimately, it is the ego that we are forgiving, because it is like that hurt, wounded child, right? But it's not that you get an ego, and you get an ego, and you get an ego. There's only one ego, right? Just like there's only one spirit. That's true unity consciousness. So anytime you forgive yourself, someone else, even if it comes down to that wasn't really you, you were possessed by pain, right? Or if it's forgiving yourself, right? Maybe this is, right? Nothing can be gained by holding on to past disappointments, particularly if you disappointed yourself. And the thing about disappointments are nothing more than our own expectations revealed, right? Expectations are the seeds of disappointments. So it just means that the cosmic, divine, quantum plan wasn't written the way you thought it was going to go. You can carry that emotionality, but then again, forgiveness is a decision. You have to decide. It's not a choice. A choice is like, oh, maybe I'll have a cup of coffee. A choice I make repeatedly throughout the day when I'm working. I love coffee. But it's a choice. It has a consequence. The consequence of a decision is a life change of some kind, and sometimes we don't know the difference between the choice or a decision. We think it's a choice, ends up being a decision. We think it's a decision, it ends up being a choice, right? Level of velocity, almost, the size, the scope of it, right? So to make that decision, right, to forgive, and to know that you don't know how to forgive whatever it is you're dealing with, because if you did, you would have, right? So know that there is that support there. But what if it's like just saying to whatever emotions are rising up with you in the moment, it's okay, honey, I get why you're feeling that. You're not doing anything wrong. You're not doing anything wrong. I love you. I think you're amazing. Keep going, sweetheart. I love you. Right? Isn't forgiveness giving love for freedom? Give for forgive. I've studied this stuff. I had to. It was either that or fucking off myself in the 90s. And the OOs. And, yeah, be a mystic. See the underworld. Great fun. Only a couple more cards left, too, actually. We're going to get a Journey of Love Oracle. And I'm going to read it right from the book. I find these to be very, 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 very helpful. So take a nice deep breath. This is going to be from the collective pantheons, all of them together, as I like to do for at least one card in a whole reading if I can. So please breathe. Oh, my collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved, please, one card in clarity. For this Sagittarian collective, ooh, that was a good one. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Where are they on the path of true love? With a Journey of Love Oracle card. Please give us a Journey of Love Oracle for where they are on the path of true love. This delightful, delicious, delovely. Sagittarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs with support. The Storm, Five of Cups, the Lovers, withdrawal, and forgiveness. Please, where are they on the path of true love? I felt you sticking in my hand the whole time. All right. Let's see. Sacred Convergence, card number 28. 2 and 8 is a 10, right? 8, 9, 10. So there might be a bit of a completion as a convergence, a coming together of people may indicate. Let's have a look-see. Oh, and very much, oh, you can't really see it on this card, but that sort of idea of the gathering of people, right? A convergence, a harmonic convergence. Jose Arguelles, 1988. That's when I had my initial spiritual awakening. Sorry, I skipped a page. 28. Okay. Sacred convergence. There is a coming together happening within your body and soul, a unification of all that is within you. This is akin to traveling to a strange land, as all sorts of new sensations, not all welcome at first, begin to make themselves known to you. I would say that that's the storm. If you are experiencing discomfort within your own body, or uncertainty and a sense of expansion to include more of your life. Wait, did I skip a line there? Or is that just weirdly written? If you're experiencing discomfort within your own body or uncertainty and a sense of expansion to include more of life in your thoughts and feelings, then you are conscious of this sacred convergence. Okay, so if you're feeling a little off, a little weird, perhaps it's storm, not knowing what to do, needing to withdraw, then you are feeling this convergence. It's like two worlds or more colliding. If you are sensitive, you will feel it happening as an important event without necessarily having a physical situation to attribute the experience to or upon which to hang an explanation, which might be, you might be in this sense of withdrawal. It's like, why am I feeling this? Nothing's triggering it, which happens all the time for first wave emotional, energy sensitive empaths. Absolutely, like, I don't know why I'm feeling this. We're clearing the collective. Wow, talk about a convergence. If you're feeling something and clearing it from not just your energy field, but from the quantum field, that could be what's going on here. You may also be encountering this in a very physical sense by finding yourself in situations which you previously would have avoided. You may be meeting people and thrown into relationship with them, apparently more by circumstance than by your own conscious choosing. This is a meeting of you with your shadow and something to rejoice in, even if it is uncomfortable at times. Hence, the forgiveness going on here. Be gentle and loving with yourself, and kindly seek to find the beauty in what you are learning about yourself in your interactions and experiences. You are a wise soul, seeking to know yourself rather than judge others. Remember your divine perfection as you are thrilled and challenged in this time of great growth. Now, honestly, that's a positivity. That's lovely, but easier said than done. You are guided to be curious as though traveling to a foreign land and remaining open to experiencing its treasures. This oracle holds a message for you. A deeper part of yourself is calling you forward. Any discomfort, struggle, anxiety, or fear is a subconscious recognition of this. Don't worry. You are a unique plant in the divine garden. I like that. You don't have to know what plant you are in order to grow. You just need to live each day, and the growth happens naturally. Then you can see, over time, the beauty of your true nature revealing itself to you. It will be a revelation to be relished. And that does make sense with this. Hence the withdrawal, right? The decision, the storm. But that you have this love and support from the divine as well. It feels like physically, like you're safe to go through whatever this is. That's why don't worry is kind of dominant in this. So there's a poem with each one of these. From the white foam on a surface of blue to the mystery beneath the waves, wherever your travels may lead, may the artist's touch inspire us to explore the ocean realm and celebrate the beauty as land gives way to water and water to the unknown. Yeah, there's definitely unknown terrain going on here, but it feels like mostly inner, particularly with this card of the storm, but clarity will come. The tricky part is going to be, as ever, coming into congruence, what you're thinking and what you're feeling. Like if mommy says no and daddy says yes, what does the child do? Give me a cigarette, give me a cup of coffee, give me an addictive something. To put it off, to suppress the pain of being torn in two different directions. Take your time. Forgiveness. Forgiveness, even if it's like, okay, I don't know how to forgive this, but I am willing to. Right? I forgive myself for not knowing how to forgive. Just play with the words a little bit. Breathe. Because our last card down for you is going to be a healing mantra card from the Matt Kahn Healing Mantra deck. These cards are really neat. They are my lightsabers in cardboard form. They just cut through a lot of crap quickly. One side of the card is the name of the mantra, the other the mantra itself. I will be reading from the little booklet because it's just a quickie little paragraph, but gives like an extra little like, oh, inside. Oh, right? So breathe. And we're double dipping with the masters here. So my ascended masters, please, one card, a healing mantra card for this Sagittarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. What is going on here? Where are they on the path of true love? Please, a healing mantra for them that will help them where they are on the path of true love. We've got support, the storm, lovers, withdrawal, forgiveness, and sacred convergence. A lot going on here. Please, the perfect mantra for them, if they were to remember anything from this spread, what is the mantra that will help them heal where they are, themselves, anything else going on for them where they are on the path of true love for January 2020, though timeless. Let's see what we got here. Befriending pain. I tell you, these cards do not fuck around. When discomfort becomes a friend, my most limiting beliefs are healed. When discomfort becomes a friend, my most limiting beliefs are healed. Now that is a decision. That is a decision that you make that is life-changing, right? Grief, for example, I've been using this as an example because it's what I've been through. I had to let go of someone I love very, 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 very dearly. I've known him for 20 years, thought he was a soulmate, probably a twin flame, not great. There's a difference between the two. Don't worry, we'll get to that in other readings. And I had to let him go. I had to like pretend he died. It was the only way to properly grieve. I may never see him again, but he could turn around and be a soulmate at the end of it all anyway. I don't know. I learned that my grief was just the love that I had for this person that had no way to express itself any other way to express itself at that time. So I embraced the grief, and the grief began lifting things out of my cell tissue, out of my energy field that had been there possibly my entire life, or at least from my childhood, right? And then who knows about other lives and that stuff. So when discomfort becomes a friend, my most limiting beliefs are healed. Let's look at that one. Befriending pain. We were going to anyway. Right? Befriending pain. When discomfort becomes my friend, my most limiting beliefs are healed. When you befriend pain, you are allowing limitations to be released from the cells of your body. Because pain is often the result of rapid transformation, this is big, it is essential to make friends with it in recognition of how quickly you are evolving. In other words, it's a question of time versus intensity. If you have a Band-Aid on your arm, do you pull it off one hair at a time or just rip it all off at once? I'm a rip it all off at once kind of guy, but we have the choice to do that. So if it's painful, you're healing quickly. It might be uncomfortable and sometimes nearly unbearable, but your most profound shifts in consciousness often occur once pain is befriended as an ally of your evolution. This mantra is ideal for healing the body, mind, and soul on an energetic level. That's pretty kick-ass. Because the angels are saying you have the support. It's all in alignment in your spirit team as well. It does feel like physically, like your physical circumstances. It is safe to feel what you're feeling. And what are you feeling? You're feeling it storm, right? Tumultuous winds and waters and airs and thoughts all over the place. And yet there is a decision here that maybe you decided are going into withdrawal to deal with this. Or perhaps you are going through withdrawal from a person, place, or thing. A whole other way of looking at that. But ultimately you are at a place of forgiveness. Where are you on the path? You're at a crossroads of forgiveness. A decision has to be made. And a convergence, which yes, may include other people, but it can also be a convergence, sort of like this picture here, of these forces, these elements coming together in your life for you to make this perhaps uncomfortable transition. And so what is the mantra of befriending pain? When discomfort becomes my friend, my most limiting beliefs are healed. So to befriend the uncomfortable emotions, again, that inner child work, have a chat with your inner child, and don't give it psychological language. Don't bother giving it spiritual language. It will give you the middle finger. You need to talk to it like an angry, upset, crying, whatever 5-year-old in your chest. Like, think of your heart chakra as a child and talk to it. I call mine kiddo. I call it kid. I call it sweetheart, because it literally is the sweetness and the innocence of my heart. Trust me. It's the fastest way that I have found to really feel the peace, P-E-A-C-E, of God, of the divine flowing through me. And that love is the healing. So it's not even you trying to heal the emotion. It's giving it room, giving it love, the love that it never got. It gets to hear its voice heard, and the healing takes place. Yeah. So may the Sagittarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs be blessed on the path of true love wherever they may be on it, that they may grow, that they may heal, that they may make the loving, powerful, wise decision for themselves to forgive while they use the support they need, befriending pain in this sacred convergence through the storm, to be the best that they can be, to fulfill their role in the divine plan for the well-being of all. And so it is. Thank you so much for watching. Blessed be my Sagittarians. I'm wishing you the very best and the very blessed. Hope you enjoyed full moon. I know we haven't hit it here yet, but it's coming. I can feel it. So wishing you the very, very best and the blessed of the month of January 2020. Happy New Year. I know a little bit of a rough reading, but good to know, right? And as ever, my Sagittarius asses, I love you so much. Hail, farewell, and blessed be.